What is up, guys? It's TheGreatWall back at it again with another video. Today we are here with another rebuild, and I know you see the first team here, and I say first team for a reason. Because today we are going to be doing the Subway Series rebuild. We will be rebuilding both the Yankees and the Mets at the same time. How this will work is I need to get both of them to the World Series against each other, and then whoever wins it, wins it. Depending on how it goes, I might do 3 seasons of this, best 2 out of 3. But yeah, that being said, I will not be able to trade between the two teams, because I don't think they make many trades in real life, if any. So, yeah, this is going to be a battle for New York, the Subway Series rebuild. So, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, we're going to go out. We're going to get our starting pitcher for the Mets first. We're going to trade Nick Madrigal, Ronnie Mauricio, and Griffin Canning for Shane McClanahan. I think this is a guy who's going to be a number 2 guy. Maybe he's going to be an ace for us. These 2 guys are staying, Miguel and Senga. I don't know about Nolan McLean. He might stay as like a 4th guy because C potential means he's going to be going down soon. So, yeah, we're going to add him. We're going to add McClanahan. We're going to grab one more, and I might trade McLean at the All-Star. We'll see. So, we're going to make this deal and hope it plays out well. Alright, we're going to be doing a massive salary dump yet again with the Mets. Tyler Rogers, Clay Holmes, and Frankie Montas for Chris Bubik. $34 million, basically 35 for 3. Obviously, we have to re-sign Chris Bubik for a longer-term deal, but he's going to be our ace, and this is a bona fide solid rotation. Yeah, like I said, McLean, he's on the hot block here, or the chopping block, I should say. So if I can find someone better than him, I'm going to, but for now, this is the deal we're going to make. Alright, we're going to trade Simone Juan, Luis Torrens, and Nolan McLean for Jesus Luzardo. I think this is just our best option. Luzardo's a beast. He's on an expiring deal, but we got money to spend. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good deal for us. I hope it plays out well, and we will see. We're going to trade Joander Suarez and David Peterson for Yohan Duran. I want to try to make this bullpen as well as the Yankees bullpen elite. So we're going to be stealing pretty much all the good closers in the game. This is going to be the first one we steal. We're going to trade Kevin Parada, Starling Marte, and Brandon Waddell for Dennis Santana. We're sending Starling Marte back to the Pirates. Yeah, I think this is going to play out well for us, honestly. This might sound like a lot, but we're going to send Tyrone Taylor, Mark Vientos, and Luis Angel Acuna to the Rays for Junior Caminero. Our 2 biggest positional needs are second base and third base. We're going to get a great third baseman, and then we're going to go find a good second baseman, and then I think this team's set. So we're going to make this deal, then we're going to go find our guy at second. Alright, we're going to send Jacob Reamer, Brett Beatty, and Jeff McNeil over to the Cubs for Nico Horner. He always does pretty well in the sim, plays great defense, pretty good contact guy. So yeah, I think this is the last move we're going to make. I might sign a couple bench bats, but honestly, this team is phenomenal. Yeah, I think this team should be set for the most part, so yeah. Alright, we're going to sign DJ LeMahieu to be a bench bat for us. We are also going to sign Garrett Hampson, who's going to be pretty much just a utility guy off the bench defensively, so yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Boston Barrow, Jesse Winker, and I forgot this team had him, Sean Manaea and his $25 million contract over to the Cardinals for Pedro Pages, who's going to be our backup catcher. Francisco Alvarez is a good catcher. Obviously, I always need a good backup. Plays good defense, so yeah, I think this is going to be the team set. Let's take a quick look. So good 5-man rotation. Christian Scott's going to start off in AAA. If one of these guys just needs to get replaced, they will. These 4 are going to be lefties out of the pen. I think it's a really good, solid bullpen for the most part. And then these 4 are going to be righties out of the pen. Great bullpen. These 2 going to be our catchers. Pete Alonso, number 4, number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to go sign probably like JD Martinez for the bench. And then that's going to be the team set. See? Alright, we are going to sign JD Martinez and bring him back to be a bench bat. We're going to trade Ryan Yarbrough. Alright, well, to preface it, we are now on the Yankees trades. We're going to trade Ryan Yarbrough and Will Warren for Kate Smith. Like I said, I want to make this bullpen elite, so we're going to add him to the team. We're going to trade Austin Slater, Ahmed Rosario, and where is he? Chase Hampton for Emmanuel Clase. Nice little bullpen piece to add, so yeah. Alright, although Paul Goldschmidt is a good type of bench bat, I'm going to trade him, Paul Blackburn, and Johnny Lasagna for Randy Rodriguez, another good bullpen arm. Yeah, I think we could find players that are just as good as Paul Goldschmidt. Plus, he's not starting. I want Ben Rice at first, so yeah, we're going to make this deal. Alright, we're going to trade Camilo Doval, Brendan Beck, and Michael Arias for Mason Miller. Yeah, pretty much straight up deal. We're going to trade Kenta Maeda and Fernando Cruz for Gabe Spear. This is going to be probably one of the best bullpens I build. Yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Heimer Candelario, Rob Brantley, and Luke Weaver to the Phillies for Jose Alvarado to be our last piece for this bullpen. Yeah, it's going to be these four, these three, and then Jose Alvarado. We're going to have two lefties out of the pen, which I think should hopefully be fine. So we're going to trade Tim Hill and Jake Bird for, where is he? Josh Bell, who's going to be the last addition to this team that we make. I think this team's perfect. I mean, let's make this deal. Our starting rotation looks like this. Cole might get traded at the deadline, depending on if he starts falling off. Then we have these four guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Spencer Jones is going to stay in AAA. Brian Dela Cruz, I don't know what we're going to do with you yet. But, yeah, I think this team is phenomenal for the most part. Just depends on if everyone stays good and nobody falls off too hard. So, yeah, that being said, I think both teams are set. I might make 1 or 2 more trades for the Mets for their bullpen, but we will see. So, yeah, that being said, I'll see. We're going to trade Ryan Stanek, Ryan Helsley, and Danny Young to pick up Josh Hader from the Astros. Yeah, we're going to add basically upgrade a lefty. Because I built the Yankees bullpen and it's elite, so I want to try to at least make the Mets close enough. So, yeah, we're going to make this deal. Alright, we're going to trade AJ Minter, Adbert Alzolay, and Matt Allen for Mike Soroka and Luke Little. Soroka, I'm going to turn back into a starter. Maybe at like the midway point or something. Let him progress a little bit more. He might be like a playoff push guy if one of these guys is like struggling. Kodai, you need to do well. Same with you, Tyler. These three guys are pretty much okay for the most part. But yeah, he's going to be in our bullpen for now, as well as Luke Little. So, yeah, we're going to make this deal, and I'm hoping it plays out well for us. What did you guys do? They put Dennis Santana on optional waivers. If he gets pulled through, I'm going to break this game. Oh my god, what are we doing here? We got to hope for the next couple days he doesn't get picked up. I've also decided that I will not be the one drafting. I'm going to leave that up to the CPU. So both of these teams are on auto for the scouting and auto for the drafting. So that I have no input. I can't decide which players I take where. So, yeah. Quickly, we're going to go through the teams. This is what the Yankees look like. Very good all around. It's already going down in overall, which sucks. But elite bullpen, to put it lightly. Randy Rodriguez down 1 already, which is crazy. But yeah, insanely good bullpen and rotation. Mets. This is what their rotation looks like. Like I said, Soroka, depending on who's doing what. Clanhan, step it up, bud. But depending on who's doing what, Soroka might become a starter again because he's got the stamina still. He normally becomes like an 83, 84, so let's say one of these three guys doesn't develop or sucks, then we're going to put Soroka in. Bullpen looks good, but not as good as the Yankees. Take a look at the lineups. This is what the lineups look like. Mets have an elite lineup here. That's easy to see. Yeah, elite lineup. And then let's take a look at the Yankees, if it will let me. Yankees, also an elite lineup. Um, Obviously, Volpe and Dominguez aren't like the greatest duo in the world, but I figure, you know what, we'll give them a shot. I think Dominguez might be decent here. I moved him to third base, by the way, which sounds crazy, but yeah. So yeah, these are what the teams look like. I will see you guys at the All-Star break when we see how everyone's doing. Oh, I would like to stop us here. This is what the Subway Series looks like currently. Um, Yankees took Game 1, Garrett Cole versus McClanahan. Game 2, the Mets take it. So this game will decide their records. Um, who's better, more wins, or technically they'd be tied, but either way, Schmidt versus Bubik Game 3 of their series is a Mets W. So that's what they look like after they just faced each other. Uh, yeah, a nice little preview for what might come in the playoffs. So yeah. All right, we are at the Home Run Derby. Pete Alonso and Aaron Judge are here, so one from each of our teams. James Wood, man, that's insane. Let's take a look at the All-Star teams. So the Yankees off rip, I see Ben Rice and Aaron Judge. Starting pitching wise, Rodon, number 5, Schlittler doing his job. Max Fried, elite for the most part. Anyone else? Clark Schmidt doing what a five man in the rotation does. There he is. Garrett Cole might be on his way out, honestly. I know it's hard to say it, but he's not providing the value that I need from him. Mason Miller, Jesus, he's elite. Our closer is Emmanuel Clase. He's not doing great, 26 and 8. He normally does. He'll turn it up in the second half. I know he will. Austin Wells, 272, not doing bad. First base, Ben Rice, 253, 19 tanks. Pretty good job so far. Second base, Jazz hitting 250, 17 tanks. Not bad. Third base, we have... Who is our third baseman? Oh, it's Jason Dominguez hitting 237 with 9 home runs. Is he providing any value whatsoever? 1.5 WAR, I guess we'll take. And then our shortstop is Volpe, which is not looking good. 217, 7 home runs. I want Volpe to be good so bad it hurts. Left field, Stanton is not our left fielder. It is Trent Grisham, 24 home runs hitting 220. Stanton is our DH hitting 284. He's down to a 77. But he's performing, so we'll take it. Center field, Chandler Simpson. What's your WAR value looking like? 0.8, not very good. Cody B hitting 211. Need that to be better. Judge hitting 328 with 26 tanks. That's what he does. And then Stanton, like we saw. But now for the Mets. Our starting rotation is not doing well, as it seems. There we go. Jesus Luzardo doing okay. Tyler Meagill's doing all right. Chris Bubik doing pretty well for the most part. Yeah, that's it. Not looking too hot. Our closer is Edwin Diaz, who is elite. 32 saves, 1 blown save. Doing a hell of a job. Catcher is... What's his name? Francisco Alvarez hitting 240. 13 home runs, not bad. First base, Polar Pete, 286, 26 tanks. Second base, we got Nico hitting 247. I need him to step that up a little bit. That's alright. Third base, Junior Caminero hitting 270 with 19 home runs. Shortstop, we do have Francisco Lindor hitting 264, 8 tanks. Not bad. In left field, we have Dalen Lyle. What are you doing here? In left field, we do have Brandon Nimmo hitting 295. I forgot about him. I forgot he was on our team. He's doing a hell of a job, so good thing I forgot about him. Cedric Mullins hitting 284, 13 tanks. Not bad. And then Soto hitting 280. Our whole outfield is hitting 284 on the dot. What the hell? Oh no, Brandon Nimmo's hitting 295, but still. Soto, 284, 19 home runs. And then our DH is Cedric Mullins. So who's our center fielder? Oh, it's Jose Siri hitting 208. I think he plays good defense, though, so that's really what matters. Yeah, he plays good defense. So, The team looks good. Yankees are first in the division by 5 games. Mets also in first by 5 games. They have very similar records. Um, yeah, that being said, uh, like I said, they're going to sign their own players, their own rookies. So, yeah, I might make a move. I might not make a move. We'll see. Alright, so I am adding Mike Soroka to the rotation, and then Kodai Senga is going to be moved to long reliever. He's not doing terribly. I just want Shane McClanahan to get that starting spot because he'll get better a lot quicker. He's going to be our 3 guy probably, or our 4 guy. So yeah, Kodai Senga is going to move to the bullpen for now. Alright, this might seem slightly crazy, probably because it is. But I'm going to trade Duke Ellis, Spencer Jones, and Brendan Jones for Spencer Strider as the Yankees because Garrett Cole is kind of falling off a lot. So pretty soon I might make a trade for him now for a couple of prospects. But I think Spencer Strider is a good pickup. Luis Gill is also here. They're the same overall. I'm going to let them fight it out in AAA for a little bit, and then one of those two will replace Garrett Cole in the playoffs. Probably Strider, to be honest. But, yeah. They both have their minor league options. Luis Gill's already killing it in AAA, so obviously Spencer Strider needs to make up time, but I don't like Spencer Jones in this game. Brendan Jones, I don't know who you are, and Duke Ellis, I don't really care about, but yeah. Garrett Cole might get moved in the offseason, but we'll see. So yeah, we're going to make this deal. Alright. We are going to make a blockbuster deadline deal. We're going to get Kyle Tucker for Trent Grisham, George Lombard Jr., and where is he? Mr. Garrett Cole. Yeah, Kyle Tucker's having a phenomenal season. He's hitting 296 with 12 home runs. I mean, home runs aren't very good, but he's doing a pretty good job. I'm going to move him to left field, and he's going to get better. So, yeah, we're going to make this deal, and who plays out well for us. Okay, so the Mets had a god-awful draft class, so that sucks for them. And the Yankees had a solid one, so, wow, this guy's a 70 overall. He's going to be getting called up soon. Yeah, they had a pretty decent draft. That being said, I don't think it's going to matter. There's going to be a 1-year thing. We're going to get both of them to the World Series, so it's not going to matter. Alright, so the Yankees finished 102-60, and the Mets finished 99-63. So I think it's safe to say I've rebuilt both of them pretty well. They're the 1 and 2 seeds respectively in their own conferences. So yeah, Mets are the 2nd seed. Yankees are the 1 seed with 102 wins. Hell of a season from them. Yeah, let's see some league leaders. It's not gonna pop up any because I don't think we even have any. Judge did. Wow. Check out the WAR numbers. That's really what I care about here. Mets. Lindor with a 4.8. This is a scary start. Alvarez 4.3, Nimmo 4.1, Caminero 4, Nico 3.9, Soto 3.4. I figured you would be doing better considering, we're paying you $51 million, but he was a Silver Slugger, so I guess that matters too. Yeah, just was hoping he'd have a better year. Yeah, that's it for the hitters. Pitching wise, Luzardo with a 4, Chris Bubik with a 3.9, Tyler Meagle with a 2.6, Mike Soroka 2.4, only started in 11 games with 7-4, 3.24 ERA, not bad. And that is, nope, Josh Hader with a 1.6. Was he our closer? He was not. Who was our closer? How the hell is that guy getting? Alright. Hell of a year from Edwin Diaz. 53 saves. Pretty solid. That being said, the Yankees. Max Fried with a 4.7. That's what an ace looks like. Cam Schlittler with 3.3. Not bad. Clark Schmidt with a 2.6. Carlos Rodon with a 2.2. Mason Miller with a 1.7, and that's going to be it for the pitchers. I did call up Luis Gill. He got shelled in the first 2 months he was up, so then I brought up Spencer Strider for September calls. Let's actually take a look and see who they still have up here. Yeah, they kept Strider up. He finished with a 4.17 ERA. Yeah, he had a 6.17 at the end of the year, negative .3 WAR. Strider, as we saw, was a 1.1. So yeah, Strider's going to be on the playoff roster, I think. That being said, though, we did not finish the league leaders. Judge led in just about everything. Insane season from him. 9.9 WAR. For reference, second place at 6.1, which was Kyle Tucker. So we had number 1 and 2. Yeah, that's insane. Jazz Chisholm with a 4.8. Cody B with a 3.8. Austin Wells with a 3.5. Ben Rice with a 2.6. So not a bad season for them. Assuming Judge won like MVP and everything. A lot of gold gloves. So Volpe wins a gold glove at short, which is great. Judge Hank Aaron, Judge MVP, Judge batting title. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the Mets had anyone in anything, honestly. Gold glove at second base and shortstop. So gold glove middle infield is pretty good. Silver Slugger first, Silver Slugger third, Silver Slugger in right. Yeah, batting title. Reliever of the year, nobody. Edwin was in third. Rookie of the year, we didn't have either or any of them. Dalen Lyle, Rookie of the Year on the... Okay, alright. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, Volpe. How did Volpe do in his full season? I mean, 235, 640 OPS is kind of terrible, obviously. But 2.4 WAR, won himself another Gold Glove, so I think that's a good year for him. Yeah. That being said, though, let's get into the playoffs. It's going to be tough, but we're going to try to make this work, so, yeah. Alright. This is going to be tough, but Mets vs. Cubs, Game 1 is going to be Chris Bubic versus Matthew Boyd. Yankees Game 1 is until tomorrow, so Mets Game 1 is a win. Alright. Game 2 is Mike Soroka versus Garrett Cole. Game 1 for the Yankees is going to be Max Fried versus Brian Wu, which is a dub. Mets also win theirs, so back to the Yankees. Yankees Game 2 is Rodon versus George Kirby, which is also a dub. So both teams are up 2-2 right now. Luzardo versus Steele Game 3 is a dub, and they are moving on. The Yankees Game 3, Schlittler versus Logan Gilbert, is a dub. So both teams have moved on. Next game is Monday for them. Alright, so I'm going to go fix the rotations, and then we're going to get straight back into it. Alright, Chris Bubic versus Schwellenbach, Game 1 is a loss. Hold on, reset. We're just going to keep going until... We're going to reset until they get that first win. Chris Bubic versus Spencer Schwellenbach, Game 1 is a dub. Soroka versus Chris Sale for Game 2. Game 1, Fried versus Valdez is a loss. Big loss, too. Mets get the dub. They're off today. Yankees Game 2, Rodon versus Javier is a dub. Alright. Mets Game 3, Luzardo versus Lopez. They get a dub to take a huge stranglehold on this game. McClanahan versus Schwellenbach for Game 4. Yankees got Schlittler versus Brown, Game 3, which is a loss. The Mets are going to the World Series. So now we just have to focus on this side of the bracket. I might fix the rotation. I'm going to look. But yeah. Alright, Clark Schmidt versus Valdez. The Mets are already moving on. Now we just got to worry about the Yankees. We need a dub. And we get one. Strider versus Wesneski, Game 5 is another dub. Fried versus Brown to go to the World Series is a dub. And we have a Subway Series World Series. I'm going to fix both teams' rotations so that they get the best of the best. This is a one and done. Whoever wins this is the champion. So I'm going to fix both of the teams' rotations and then we'll hop in. Alright. Humongous Game 1 on the way. Chris Bubic versus Max Fried. The Mets win. Soroka versus Rodon, Game 2. The Yankees win. Luzardo versus Schlittler, Game 3 is a Mets win. McClanahan versus Clark Schmidt, Game 4 is a Yankees win. We're 2-2. This is a great series. Megill versus Strider, Game 5 is a Mets W. So we are 1 game away from a decisive World Series ending if the Mets can get it done. Can I be in the middle? No. Oh, I can. Okay. Alright. We're just going to simulate half inning by half inning. Okay, so I am in the Yankees POV in this. Wow. Alright, so the Mets are going to get the party started. Wow, okay. Alright, I'm in the Yankees POV, so... Oh, actually, wait, no, yeah, pitching change. They need to keep it close. I'm going to bring in Randy Rodriguez, why not? Alright. Now, we're going to be hopping in. The Mets are 1 out away from ending this. I'm not going to be playing, I'm just going to be watching. Strictly watching. They got Judge at the plate. Kris Bubic on the bump still. Wow. I did not expect the Mets to win this. I tried to give the Yankees an amazing team. I gave them an amazing team, but the Mets look like they're just going to take it. Alright. Kris Bubic on the bump versus Judge. See what he can cook up here. We might be witnessing a collapse if Bubic can't get the job done. I think he does, though. I think he does. Aaron Judge hitting .310 in the postseason. He's having a hell of a run. Let's see. Ooh, ball 2. Come on, Bubic. Fight in the zone. Fight in the zone, Bubic. Attack in the zone. Oh, Bubic, you do not want to walk Judge. I mean, standing up next, hitting okay, but not great. Maybe we do walk Judge here. I don't know. They're going to walk Judge, alright. Are they going to the bullpen? That is a question that I am wondering. Nope, they're sticking with him. They're sticking with their guy. Giancarlo Stanton right here has a chance to tie this ball game up if he wants to. Bubic, you got to find the zone, bud. That's 5 straight. Giancarlo Stanton knows it. He's staring him down. Looking to be a hero. Okay. Just misses his pitch. Bubic finally gets a strike in the zone. Come on, Bubic. Can he finish it off?
Yep, that ball went out.
They're not biting. You got to get in the zone there. Come on. Stanton staring him down. He knows he has him where he wants him. Stanton fouls off what should be an absolute monster shot. Bubic has a chance to end the game right here. To win the Mets the World Series. Oh, and it looks like it's going to come down to a 3-2. Kyle Tucker on deck. The 3-2 to Giancarlo Stanton. Can he get a job done? And he can. He's going to take a walk. You have to assume the Mets are going to the bullpen here. Kris Bubic's had a great game, but he's walked 2 straight. They're leaving him in for Bellinger. Or for Tucker. Can he finish this off? He gets 1 in the zone. There you go. It's a little get me over. Can Bubic finish this off? He's struggling. He needs 1 out to get out of this jam. Not the pitch you want. Kyle Tucker not having a great day today. 0 for 3 against Bubic. Is this his time? Is he due? Is he due for a hit here? He pops one up to center field. Jose Siri is under it. And that is going to be the World Series. The Mets are your 2025 World Series champions over the Yankees. So the Mets get it done. Kris Bubic, complete game shutout. What a game from him. What a game. Got a little scary at the end there, but the Mets are your champions. Max Fried had a hell of a game as well. Both pitchers went out there and shoved. So let's go see who won all the postseason stuff. The Yankees, unfortunately, cannot get it done. Yeah. Mets are your champions. I don't know what else to say. This was I was not expecting this. Very close series all around. Nico Horner, World Series MVP and playoff MVP. Aaron Judge is your playoff MVP for the Yankees. They just couldn't get it done. Brandon Nimmo did a good job. Juan Soto did a pretty good job. That being said, these are both rosters. As you can see, made a lot of good moves, I think. I'm really surprised the Mets won. They did not have the better roster out of the two. To be completely honest, they did not have the better roster. The Yankees, I mean, like, they have at least 7 or 8 90 overalls with 99 overall Aaron Judge. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that this team lost. But that being said, shitty editor, fuck you. This one's for you. He is a Yankees fan, so that being said, thank you guys as always for watching. If this was a fun, interesting rebuild, drop a comment, leave a like. It would be much appreciated. But that being said, thank you guys as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.